In episode number 2 of our productivity series, I showed my process for setting goals and breaking them down into actions and habits. In this episode number 3, we'll discuss setting up a blank notebook, specifically a dollar store composition book, as a basic bullet journal. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to catch the entire productivity series. At the beginning of this series, I told you that a part of my system is analog and part of it is digital. The digital part is my calendar. All of my appointments and scheduled tasks live in my Google Calendar. For my monthly, weekly, daily tasks and habit tracking, I use a bullet journal. You can basically use any empty notebook as a bullet journal. The most popular format, and the one that I use, is a dotted page. That just means the notebook has blank pages with a grid of dots. The options are lined, grid, or even blank pages. No matter what page style you choose, I recommend getting a ruler to keep things straight. I bought this 2-pack at the dollar store for just $1. Today, we're going to go through setting up your first bullet journal. The primary job of the bullet journal, for me, is task tracking. To track my tasks, I have to have some type of system for notating the status of those tasks. I use a modified version of the original designed by writer Karl. The original version is shown here, and my version is shown here. Again, the beauty of this way of doing things is that you can adjust things to work the way you do. Once you figure out a notation set that works for you to start with, create a key and write it down on the first page of your journal. Now, let's get started on some basic pages. The first set of pages will be your index. Index pages are simply used for tracking special pages in your bullet journal so that you can find them later. To be honest, I don't use index pages a whole lot, but I do sometimes if I create a list or take notes for something. Also, in notebooks that don't have numbered pages, I index by date rather than by page number. Now, there are a lot of options for pages in the front of your journal that I don't use. You can check out a multitude of those options by searching Google or YouTube. In my system, I work by month, week, and day. So at the start of a month, I create one page for the monthly calendar. This just shows the major events for the month in list form. The next page is my habit tracker. This is where I take the habits from my goal cards, list them, and then check them off as I do them. I also use this page to track my physical and/or mental health. The final monthly page is the major tasks or projects I wish to accomplish that month. This is created from the one-time tasks on your goal cards, plus any other items you know you need to accomplish that month. Now, I still fluctuate between having a weekly task list or just using a monthly one. Sometimes I have a week with really important tasks that I need to break out. That's when I create a task list at the beginning of the week. But basically, it's the same as a monthly task list, but it's only for that current week. For my daily tasks, I typically get 2 to 3 days per page, depending on how many notes I take that day. Each day has the tasks I expect to get done that day. I also prioritize 3 tasks per day by putting a big star next to them. These are my big 3 for that day that I must accomplish to stay productive. When I start the day, I schedule all my tasks in my Google Calendar to make sure I'm not overtasking my day. So that is the basic journal setup. I know it's a lot, but the most important thing is to start doing something and adjust it until it works best for you. In the next video, I'll do a full walkthrough of my typical day so that you can see how my system works for me. I hope these videos are useful. Please let me know in the comments, and to make sure you don't miss a single episode in this productivity series, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to be notified when I post new videos. Until then, live well, my friends.